Hey, welcome back to Meal Prep. And this week we're breaking down the top meta decks and the best cards you can include in your deck to beat them. Today I want to cover Goldhengo, a 260 HP stage 1 Pokemon that has a crazy high damage output potential because of the A-Spec Energy Surge Pro, which lets you pull one of every energy into your hand, which you can then use to delete whatever you have in your active. But just look at the amount of metal energy they play. 3. That's the deck's biggest weakness, because what happens when they prize one, and they're left with 2 attacking options, which they'll then need to get back into play if they lose one. So if we can keep these energies away from their attackers and away from their discard, we're big chillin'. So something like Handheld Fan does pretty well in here if they ban something that can't attack. Baby Toedscruel also messes up this deck a lot, so they can get that huge KO, but after that, they're kinda dead in the water. Just like with Raging Bolt, you can also win by running them out of retrieval options. This deck does play a lot, but this deck only works in multiples of 50. So if your Pokemon is beefy enough, one superior energy retrieval won't be enough to cut it. Another weakness of this deck is, ironically, how much it draws. When's the last time you saw a Goldhengo deck with less than 8 cards in hand? They keep it stacked. And this deck rarely breaks because of Cypher Maniac. So a crazy play against this deck would just be a 1 of 0-6 Machinations. You can really accelerate the speed at which you run them out of energy by cutting them down to 3 cards. Since everything in that deck is valuable, you can really disrupt them with one of these much more easily than you could with an Iono. They only play one Iono themselves generally because Iono really kind of hurts them. So going higher on this might not be a bad idea either. This deck is also really heavy on the ability text, so Frostlass or even a counter Scizor would do pretty well in here, as Scizor can take a one-shot with 5 ability Pokemon in play, which they very likely will have unless it's a Dragapult build. But these are just some of the tech cards you can include in your deck to prepare for the Goldhengo matchup. What's your favorite way to play against this deck? Let me know in the comments and come back tomorrow where we're finishing off the series with the newest member of the meta, Joltik Box. And don't forget to subscribe to Chef Husky for more delicious content.